Alright guys, what's up? It's welcome. It's 3rd of August 2020. It's a Monday and I have 4 trades. 3 are in profits, 1 is in the loss, and I believe I lost there was one trade that was got stopped out because I had 5 trades going on over the weekend. So let's see. So stop loss over here got stopped out. So I actually GBP yen I actually sold and sold at 136.952 and got stopped at 139.065139. So yeah, so I lost about 11 bucks on this. So it's probably about 1% of my account. So we'll take a look at that later. Maybe we should take a look now. So JPP yen. Uh, I'm not sure why I shorted it. To be frank, it's showing higher lows, and it seems like maybe it was a bearish divergence that didn't play out and went up higher instead. So GBP yen, yeah, I need to relook at eventually. So, but that being said, in terms of my positions wise, let's see if we can modify or just take a look at what are the trades at the moment. So all for our 4 trades, out of 5 trades, one stopped out, one is in a bit of losses, and the other 3 are making profits. So let's jump right in today for today's analysis. Aussie dollar, I shorted. Wow, I shorted right at the top. That's cool. Aussie dollar shorted right at the top and started to come back down. Trend is up, and the bearish divergence has played out. Yeah, so bearish divergence has played out. Over the next couple of days, you'll start to take off these uh, higher numbers, I would say. Yeah. So you start taking all these higher numbers, and it starts to be, start getting choppy over here. So could see price coming down a bit more. But definitely a good place to be at with this trade. Could even look to start taking profits given that it went down pretty strongly, and yeah. So that's for Aussie dollar. Um, Trend is strongly up. That being said, so we would want to look to actually look to long it actually over the long term. But this is a bearish divergence play. So we could take profits out now that it's on the lower side. But we could also let it run and move our stop loss. That could be a good option. So perhaps we would modify this to our entry price. So we entered at 72029. Is that right? Yeah. Stop loss 7248. Yeah, so let's just modify to 72720. So the modify 72.72029. So modify, and that's it. So we have effectively moved our stop loss and have no chances of losing in this trade except for the holding cost, which is fine. I mean, but we shorted right at the top. That's beautiful. So we just hang on in for a bit, and it seems like it's giving up all of its profits that it's gained over the past 2 weeks. So we expect it to come down, have a little bit of pause around this area. But if it starts going back in again, we will test the natural line, which is this trend line. So yes, just observe the trade for now. Cotton, we have placed the long buy, and trend is up, red line is up, and it will start to take off these lower numbers over here, and then trend line the red line should be turning up, and that would be a good point to be buying. I think it's a good trade. Any chance for it to start turning down um, in terms of the trade? Highly unlikely. You have to first touch the point somewhere around this first trend line first, before it starts going down, and that's where we'll stop out. So trade is still looking good. We would continue to buy and hold. Euro yen trend is up, red line is flat, blue is down, so it's a bit of cross current mode. So for the next 1 week, you'll start to take off these numbers and the trend starts to become a bit flatter. So not the best kind of a trade that I'm looking at. Uh, yeah. So we'll probably skip this trade for now, although it did go up, but I don't expect it to. I mean, if it's a good up price movement, it should continue moving up from here, especially pass through that resistance line, and that for now we probably won't take the trade. And if anything, I will probably even look to short actually. If you notice the price over here, this price, the high and this high, he made a higher high, right? But this made a lower low, a higher low. So if anything, we could actually look to short. And yeah, the question is, should we short? Yeah, let's just put a short. I think it's good. Short, short, short. So we'll short a small number of units. Stop loss wise, we should be placing at the high of this, which is 1252055. 1252055. Let's see. High 125 point. Yep. And small minutes. That's it. Boom. So we have sold EURJPY, based on the bearish divergence. Okay, great. For euro dollar, we no chance of us losing. Trend is up, red line has started to flatten a little bit, and blue line is down, so we won't buy more at this point in time. It looks like it's taking up the lower numbers, higher numbers over this period of time. I mean, these lower numbers, and could start to see some kind of a trend being on a cross current mode right now. We could take our profits, uh, but do we want to move and make this into like a long-term kind of trade in terms of yeah. So trend lines has started to turn up. We could see a pause over the next couple of days. We could take our profits here, based on the weekly. Um, for monthly, we start to see that it has a strong pop up. Uh, it's a difficult call to make. I mean, we should take good profits. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. But the question is, do we want to let it go higher? And is there any chance of it turning back down in the short term? Yes, it has come down a bit, but we could take the risk. I mean, it's essentially this risk-free trade for now. Uh, hmm. I'll hold on the trade because there's no real signs of it, uh, trend turning back down strongly. The short-term movements, yes, is down, but longer term, we should expect it to be higher. So hold on to this trade. As much as I really like to take profits here, uh, yeah, it's a decent amount of profit, but let's just ride it out a bit more. And yeah, pound yen trend is up. Red is up, blue line is up as well, so it's concurrent mode. We kind of missed the trade over here. I think it was we shorted it instead of buying it because there was kind of a bearish divergence then. Uh, yeah, so this trade was a missed out for us. That being said, is there a chance for it to go even higher? um, yeah, it seems like there is potential. um, hmm, good potential, good potential, good potential. Yeah, but I don't know, I'm not sure on this trade, to be honest. uh, feel like getting in. GBP but high price is kind of stopping me, whereas but there's no real reason not to go long other than the price. uh let's see. So the other reason is that over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if price comes back down, we would meet a situation where the trend line starts to get a bit flat. So that's the risk that we have over here. um, Decided not to buy, as marginal error for trend line is, wait, I need to say that if price stays around this area, we would be getting a flat trend line. So that's my reason for not taking the trade for GBP/JPY. Yeah, but that being said, I really feel like entering, but I shall not. Pound trend is up, blue is down, red line is up, and it's taking off these lower numbers. With a hammer over here, seems like price is starting to have a pause. So we could wait for a couple of days before we look to buy for pound. Wait for bull flag. Yep. And for gold, trend is up, this is down, and this is flat, and it starts to take off these numbers. Yeah, I do see that price will start to come down, so could look to sell if you guys are looking for it. Heating oil, this is up, this is down, cross current, and it's not moving anytime soon, so one trade this. Live cattle is trend is slightly upwards, uh and as it takes off these numbers, we're seeing gonna be a very flat-ish kind of a situation on the red line, so we'll skip that as well. The Canadian loonies we bought, and we're still seeing. I mean, trend is down, but we have seen a situation where over the next couple of days, it would start to actually, or rather, in fact, over the next 2 weeks, once it starts to take off these numbers, its will price will start to turn up in terms of the red line. So while we look to short, but I'm pretty skeptical because you see the price over here has is flat, but there is a bullish divergence over here, and I think this is much clearer on the weekly chart, where over the longer term picture, there would be there's a bullish divergence, and I think in the monthly chart, not as strong, pretty flat kind of monthly chart. Let's see. Yeah, so not as strong in terms of monthly, but definitely in the weekly and the daily, we do see a bullish kind of a divergence. So, and with price in the overall trend on the weekly is actually still favoring upwards a little on the weekly, but for daily, we're gonna trade the day charts. Trend is down. Um, with trend down, but has started to see some kind of upwards movement. Uh, and the bullish divergence over here. So I'm favoring long over here, and we'll just continue observing for loonies for now. Yeah, and that's all for today. And hmm, yeah, let me know what you guys like me to touch on. Give me some feedback, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. See you.